Hey, all you weather geeks, welcome back, everyone, to Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We're back at it on this first day of December. It's colder today. It's pretty cloudy out there today. Kind of looks like a December day. Here are the 2 p.m. temperatures across the region. We have a 34 at the Youngstown Warren Airport, 35 in Newcastle. It's 35 at the Akron-Canton Regional Airport. Over in Ravenna, 33 at this hour. Now, especially down in Columbiana County earlier on this afternoon, we had a little bit of a rain, maybe sleet mix for a time. That has pushed off to the south and east now. So we're getting kind of a mixed bag around Pittsburgh and heading back towards Weirton and Wheeling, Steubenville, places such as that. If you haven't downloaded this app for your smartphone yet, I highly recommend it. This is called MPing, M-P-I-N-G. You can also view the interface here on their website. And what this is crowdsourcing weather. Well, what does that mean? That means that you can input what you are witnessing into this app and it will show up graphically for others to see. So it's real nice in wintry precipitation type of situations where you're not sure what might be falling. This is a great app that you can get on your iPhone, your Android device, your Windows phone, I believe, as well. Anyway, over here towards the Pittsburgh area, real interesting. Some of these white dots, that corresponds to ice pellets or some sleet. And yeah, I think that's a lot of sleet mixing in here around the Pittsburgh area, mixing in with some rain. We had that earlier over in Dover, New Philly, heading over towards Carroll County as well. And now that's gone into the Pittsburgh area. So I highly recommend you download MPing for your smartphone if you haven't done so already. Very, very cool stuff. Really helps us out in the winter. And this is all part of a frontal boundary, which is all sluggishly pushing through. And of course, this is the front that has ushered in a much different air mass today. We'll talk about the temperatures a little more in just a second. But this mixed bag of precipitation actually extends back to the south of Interstate 70 in Ohio, back towards Cincinnati, into southern parts of Indiana. And we might have a return of some kind of a mixed bag of precipitation tomorrow for a brief time. And it could be a bigger deal over to our east on Tuesday. We'll get to that momentarily. But as far as those temperatures go, that's a big change. Real easy to pick out where our cold front is this afternoon. Bringing up the temperatures, boy, you don't have to have a meteorology degree to see this cold front today. Real distinct difference on either side. It's 64 in Philadelphia. It's 33 this afternoon in DuBois, PA. So the front is right in through here. Dramatic, dramatic change. Another state that's it's like night and day. It's Tennessee, 32 in the northwestern part of Tennessee, pushing 70 down in the southeastern corner of Tennessee this afternoon. So that's our front. It's a lot colder up here in parts of the upper Midwest. Then we fall below zero once you're up here into Canada. The worst of the cold is going to miss us. This is kind of a glancing blow of cold. Definitely a shot of chilly air for us for a couple of days. Temperatures will be a little up and down this week before an overall mild pattern sets in overall as we go through the first 2 weeks of December. All right, let's talk about this potential mixed precipitation during the course of the day on Tuesday. So I'm going to skip ahead to tomorrow morning, right at daybreak. We're going to look at the NAM model here, North American model. And this is going to be light precipitation. This isn't going to be a real big event. But the issue we have going on here is that a lot of this will be something other than snow falling into air that's sub 32 for a brief time during the course of tomorrow. So I'm actually going to bring up the 32-degree line here. Show you what's going on tomorrow morning. All right, here's the blue line that indicates 32 degrees. Anywhere north of that line, you're still below 32, and this is at 7 a.m. Skip ahead a couple of hours to 9 a.m., and this precipitation will continue pushing off to the north, but notice the 32-degree line still down here. So we're probably, on average, maybe around 30 degrees here at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, but with this little bit of precipitation pushing in, I think we're gonna see a little bit of sleet. I can't rule out a brief period of freezing rain as well. I don't think this is a big ice storm or anything, but this could get a little slick for an hour or two, mid to late morning on Tuesday. This is at 10 a.m. Probably still a little below 32 in much of the area with a little bit of precipitation falling. So just something we're gonna have to watch out for. By 10 a.m., most of this is still south of I-80. By 11 a.m., this is when the 32-degree line is getting up into the area, and precipitation is becoming more and more common. So especially if you live north of Interstate 80 by lunchtime, 11 noon, you might still be dealing with a mixed bag. For the rest of us, by 11 o'clock noon, we're going to be getting into just liquid precipitation, I suspect, in most spots. Here's at noon, at high noon on Tuesday. Here's that 32-degree line snaking through the area. Anywhere north and northeast of that, you might still have some issues, but if you're in Beloit or down towards Lisbon, East Liverpool, just kind of a damp midday with temperatures in the mid-30s, it looks like. So just to recap tomorrow, our trouble spot mid to late morning, not a big deal, but especially on untreated surfaces, sidewalks, and that sort of thing, it could be slick for a time. We can take a look at the SREF here. This is the short-range ensemble forecast. And a lot of gobbledygook on here if you're not used to looking at these, but what we're looking at is the chance of a certain precipitation type during the course of the day tomorrow. And tomorrow, 7 a.m. is right here, 7 p.m. is right here. So basically in between generally the daylight hours. The highest probability, or I should say the most likely precipitation type right at the onset as this stuff arrives will be snow, but it won't last very long. It'll probably be replaced by a brief period of a wintry mix. And then notice that is replaced by a green color here for the late morning and afternoon, and that, of course, is rain. So the sequence will go perhaps a brief period where you see a few snowflakes, followed by a couple of hours where you're fair game to see some sleet, outside chance of freezing rain, and then everything should just be plain rain for the afternoon. Real light at that, but that's how you kind of read this. As these individual precip types spike, that's when they are most likely. Again, this is 7 a.m. This is right at about midday, about noonish, and then after that, yeah, we're in the clear in terms of any sort of frozen shenanigans during the course of our Tuesday. All right, so let's go to Wednesday then, and Wednesday is probably a fairly cloudy day. There might be a flurry, especially in the morning on Wednesday. I think Thursday is one of the sunnier days we have coming up with high pressure drifting across the Great Lakes. It's going to be a chilly day, but a dry day. Here's Friday, and this is the GFS model I'm showing. The GFS doesn't bring much up. Other models have a more significant area of rain pushing through on Friday, which I tend to believe a little more than this kind of dry look of the GFS. So the week may end on a wet note on Friday. Then we'll head into the weekend, and I think temperatures are going to try to trend up this weekend. It might be a struggle for a time. Overall, a pretty uneventful weekend, it looks like. Here's the 16-day temperature outlook in terms of relative to average. In other words, the anomaly. The black line that doesn't move right here, that is our average temperature, and you can see we're going to spend a lot of the next 16 days above average, it looks like. This is not a cold pattern at all for the first 2 weeks of December. If you read my blog post on ericwfmj.com last night or this morning, I talked about this, how the first 2 weeks of December, while there's going to be a cold day here and there, overall, pretty mild pattern. So if you did not like November, you should like the first couple of weeks of December a little bit better. And overall, the climate models are pointing towards December overall being a warm month. Now, that does not mean that the end of the month cannot turn cold. It just means that the month as a whole, when you average it all out, is likely to be at or above average here in our region. I do suspect that the odds of snowier, colder weather increase again as we get closer to Christmas. Once we're past, say, the 15th of the month, looks like the pattern will start to set up that favors more opportunities for more typical December weather. But from now till roughly the 15th, give or take a couple of days, looks pretty mild in eastern Ohio and western PA. All right, that's the Monday weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. Thanks for watching.